This is TWiT.
Dolly in San Jacinto, California. Hi, Dolly.
Hi, I'm so happy to be able to talk with you. So I am a 77-year-old, and I used to work the stock market on my cell phone.
Really?
Yes, only my cell phone. I had computers and everything, but I didn't use them, and I was able to work it really, really well. And my husband and I decided to travel the world, and we lived on his money, and we played on mine, and I found that I played too much.
Uh-oh.
And now it's time to go back to work.
Uh-oh.
And this is my problem. I have just joined an association, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And they work the stock market in a totally different way than anyone's ever probably heard of. And they work it with the internet and with all the algorithms and bells and whistles that are all being used these days.
Yes.
And they work it on a special platform with a brokerage company.
Okay.
And not too many brokerage companies have this special platform.
Okay.
Now, the special platform that I have called 2 or 3 other companies, and I cannot use my cell phone. My cell phone is an LG 3.
So is the brokerage platform based on the web? It's a website, or is it an application? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you use a browser to access it, or do you download and install an application?
I haven't been able to get that far, but my guess is that I access it via the browser. I could be totally wrong.
If it's browser-based, you should be able to do it on a mobile device because, fortunately, the standards for desktop browsing and mobile browsing are well established. And both Google's Chrome on Android and Apple's Safari on iOS are really full-scale browsers. You may need to, and both of these will allow you to, in the menu, choose desktop site. And so it may be that they don't, actually that probably won't even come up. If the brokerage offers a mobile platform, you might even prefer to use the mobile platform. The only reason you choose desktop is if they do offer a mobile platform and you don't like it. If they don't offer a mobile platform, a mobile version of their website at all, then use the desktop. And you may be better off getting an iPad or something with a slightly bigger screen. That may be the issue, is the screen is too small. But if you have a big enough screen, there's no reason anything you would do with that brokerage you couldn't do on a mobile unless it's an application. If it's, and you understand what I'm saying, if it's a Windows application you have to download and install, it's not going to work on an iPhone. Does that make sense?
Okay, I started trying to figure this out just on Friday, so I can't answer those questions.
Yeah, but that's the question you need to have answered to know whether you can do this on your mobile or not.
Okay, but what I need to know is I am making the assumption that a cell phone is not going to be able to do what I need to do.
Okay.
So my question to you really is, okay, as an RVer, we move around a lot, okay?
Yeah.
And, maybe 10 years ago, I had Verizon and I had a hotspot, and that worked fine.
Yeah.
I do not know if the hotspot is still something that I can...
You can go to Verizon, get a hotspot. A lot of RVers do that. It's probably preferable to any other method you could do in an RV. I mean, you can buy a Hughes satellite dish, but you have to reposition it every time you stop driving, or buy an expensive auto positioning servo mechanism. It's much easier just to use, and by the way, LTE now is so widespread. Go to Verizon. You should check and see what kind of coverage they have in the places you drive to, and get one of those. And then if you can't do it on a phone, then you could use a laptop. Sure.
Okay. So if I can't do it, say I go to one of those Apple phones and one of the new ones.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, say I'm able to not do it on that, and that I have to go to.
I bet. By the way, I bet you can. Do you want to tell me the name of the brokerage?
Well, one of them's TD Ameritrade.
Okay, they have an app. Now, if they have they'll be able to. You'll be able to do it in their app. So for sure, most of the big brokerages, Schwab, Fidelity, Ameritrade, they have apps.
I can't do it with Schwab.
Yeah, but I'm just saying TD Ameritrade has an app. So if that's one of them, you should be okay. You could run it on an iPhone.
Okay. So if that doesn't work,
then you can get a mobile Wi-Fi device, just like you described. We used to call them MiFis. I don't remember what Verizon calls them now, but you call your Verizon store and they'll tell you. There's a little credit card-sized device, gets its bandwidth from the mobile network, and acts as a Wi-Fi access point in your RV. You can have multiple devices hooked up to it, and you should get pretty good speed.
So it's called a mobile Wi-Fi.
Well, something like that. Yeah, if you just tell them I want a MiFi, they'll remember that's what it used to be called. I don't know what they call it. I'd have to look it up. Every company has its own name for it. But if you call and you tell them what you want, they'll absolutely sell it to you. The subscription cost typically between $30 and $60. Usually bandwidth caps are the big problem on that, so get a big one depending on how much data you need. Shouldn't be too tough.